Welcome back to the deep dive. It is great to have you with us. Today, we are looking at a phenomenon in the fitness world that has just absolutely exploded. It calls itself the World Series of Fitness Racing.
Which is a pretty bold claim right out of the gate.
It is huge.
Yeah.
And it has a name that, honestly, it sounds like a sci-fi movie or maybe a synth pop band from the 80s. We are talking about Hyrox.
It does, doesn't it? It has that sort of futuristic, almost aggressive sound to it.
Yeah.
But when you actually start to peel it back, which is what we're going to do, the name is surprisingly, well, literal.
Exactly. So here's the mission for today. We've got a whole stack of material on this. Race reports, history, you name it. We want to figure out how a race that started with, 650 people in a German exhibition hall?
Yeah, in Hamburg.
How that turned into this global juggernaut with hundreds of thousands of competitors. We're going to break down the formula, that infamous 8x1. And we're going to look at the absolute machines who are crushing these world records and, I guess, ask if this is just a trend or if it's actually, the future of how we define fitness.
And I think that's the key thing to establish right away. Hyrox isn't just another Tough Mudder or a local gym challenge. It's trying to bridge a really specific gap in the industry.
What gap is that?
Well, you've got your marathon runners on one side,
Right.
pure endurance. Then on the other, you've got your powerlifters, your CrossFitters, people focused on strength and technical skill.
Two totally different worlds.
Totally. And Hyrox is betting everything on the idea that the modern athlete wants to be a hybrid.
And there it is. That's where the name comes from. I love a good origin story for a name. Hyrox, it's a portmanteau, a mashup of hybrid and rock star.
Which, that tells you everything you need to know about the ambition behind it.
It really does. Hybrid rock star. It sounds so intense, a little bit flashy maybe, like you're not just there to get sweaty, you're there to put on a show.
And that's a huge part of the appeal. Fitness for a long time was, for many people, a pretty solitary thing. You put your headphones in, you do your reps, you go home. The rock star part implies a spectacle.
Lights, music, a crowd.
Exactly. They wanted to make fitness feel like a concert.
But the origin story, despite that name, is actually pretty grounded. It starts in 2017, Hamburg, Germany. The founders are Christian Totzka and a guy named Moritz Förster. And First is not just some business guy.
No. And this is crucial for the credibility.
Mm-hmm.
He's an Olympic field hockey champion.
Right.
He knows what a league competition feels like from the inside.
Yeah.
They weren't just trying to create a new gym class. They saw this gap for millions of people. The source material calls them avid Strava users.
Just to quickly explain, Strava is that app where you track your runs and bike rides and get way too competitive with your friends about it.
Exactly. So you have all these people training really hard, they're lifting, they're running 5Ks, but they don't have a game day.
Yeah, the sources say they wanted to give people a goal beyond just losing weight or checking body fat, something to actually train for.
Precisely. If you play five-a-side football, you have a match on Saturday. If you're a runner, you have the half marathon. But if you just do functional fitness, what's your Super Bowl?
You just go to the gym again.
You just go to the gym again. They wanted to create that Super Bowl for everybody.
And I love this detail. The original brief they gave themselves was to create a 200,000 euro production that looked like a 2 million euro production.
Total fake it till you make it energy.
Right.
And it worked. They understood that if you walk into a venue and it feels professional, big screens, timing chips, loud music, you perform better. It makes your effort feel important.
And the growth is just insane. That first race in Hamburg, 650 people. Fast forward to 2023, and they've got 175,000 competitors around the world.
The scale is mind-bending. I was looking at the numbers for London in 2023, 24,000 people over 2 days. That's getting close to major city marathon numbers.
But inside a building.
Inside a convention center. The logistics are just...
Wow. So why? Why are thousands of people paying good money to go suffer in an exhibition hall? It all comes down to the format. We have to talk about the Hyrox standard.
This is the secret sauce. This is what makes it different from, say, CrossFit. The CrossFit Games, the workouts are a mystery every year. You might have to swim or climb a rope or, flip a giant tire.
It's chaos by design.
It's chaos. Hyrox went the complete opposite way. They chose rigid, absolute standardization.
8x1 concept.
That's it. It is always the same thing. 8 kilometers of running broken up by 8 functional workouts. You run a kilometer, you do a workout, run another K, do the next workout. 8 times.
And it doesn't matter if you're Miami or Manchester.
Identical. The weights are the same, the distances are the same, the movements are the same.
Which means you can have a real, legitimate global leaderboard.
And that is so key for that Strava-using, data-driven athlete we talked about. You can genuinely compare your time against anyone in the world. A 100-meter dash is 100 meters everywhere. Hyrox brought that same certainty to fitness racing.
Okay, let's get into the weeds then. Let's walk through this gauntlet. Because 8x1 on paper, you think, okay, a 1K run, I can do that. But the cumulative effect is something else entirely.
It's designed to break you down slowly. It's all about what they call compromised running.
Define that for us. Compromised running.
Sure. So when you go for a normal run, you find a rhythm, right? Your heart rate stabilizes. Compromised running is what happens when you have to run right after your legs have turned to jelly from pushing a sled. Your form goes out the window, your heart rate is already through the roof. The race is basically a test of how well you can recover while you're still moving.
Okay, so let's paint the picture. The starting gunfires. You run your first 1K. You enter the rock zone, the transition area, and you hit station 1. 1,000 meters on the ski erg.
Right. And for anyone who hasn't seen one, it's like a rowing machine on its end. You're pulling down on handles, mimicking cross-country skiing. It's all upper body and core.
Why start with that?
It's a trap, a complete trap. You're full of adrenaline. The music is blasting. It's so easy to go out way too hard, redline your heart rate in the first 5 minutes. You burn out your shoulders and lats, and you pay for it an hour later.
Okay, so you survive the ski. You're breathing heavy. You go run your second kilometer, come back in for station 2. 50 meters of sled push.
And this is where the hybrid part smacks you in the face. You've just been running light, fast. Now you have to grind to a halt and push this incredibly heavy sled. It's pure brute force leg power.
And it's heavy, right? We're not talking about a light sled here.
Oh, no. Depending on your division, it's well over 100 kilos. And the physiology is crazy. All the blood that was helping you run suddenly has to rush to your quads to push this thing. Then, boom, you have to run again. Your body is just confused.
Then another kilometer, and station 3 is 50 meters of sled pull.
Yep, so now you're hitting the other side of your body, the posterior chain, your hamstrings, glutes, your back. You're pulling the sled towards you with a big, thick rope.
I've seen people do this. They just yank with their arms, right?
The rookies do, and their biceps just explode. The pros, they lean way back, use their whole body weight. But even then, your grip is getting tired. Your lower back is starting to scream at you.
And we're only at station 3. Station 4 is the one that I think everyone dreads. 80 meters of burpee broad jumps.
This is the one. For a lot of people, this is the hardest station on the floor. It's the physical and psychological halfway point, and it is just relentless.
So it's not a normal burpee.
No. You do the burpee chest to the floor, but when you come up, instead of jumping straight up, you launch yourself forward as far as you can.
And you have to cover 80 meters like that.
80 meters. It's a cardio killer because it's explosive. Every single rep is a max effort jump. It spikes your heart rate like nothing else. If you blow up here, your race is pretty much over. You'll be walking the next run. This is where the dark thoughts start to creep in.
And you're only halfway done. You get through that, your mess, and you realize there's 4 more stations and 4 more kilometers to run.
Yep. So you run your next K, and you hit station 5. 1,000 meters of rowing.
Another full body grind?
It's a full body grind. You get to sit down for a second, which feels amazing, and then horrible because rowing uses everything. It's just you staring at that little screen, watching the meters tick down while your legs are on fire.
Okay, run again. Station 6. 200 meters kettlebell farmer carry.
This is just mean. It's a test of pure grip strength. You're holding a heavy kettlebell in each hand, and you just have to walk. Your forearms are burning, your shoulders are aching from the ski hours ago, or what feels like hours ago.
And if you drop them?
You can, but it costs time. And picking them back up when you're that tired is just awful. Your hands feel like claws afterwards.
Another run. Then station 7, 100 meters of sandbag walking lunges.
Ugh, the lunges. You have this heavy, awkward sandbag on your shoulders. Your legs are shaking. Your balance is gone. People are wobbling all over the place here. And the judges are watching. If your knee doesn't touch the ground, it's a no rep. You have to do it again.
That's just cruel. And then the final run into the final station, station 8, 100 wall balls.
The grand finale. It's the ultimate metabolic burn. You're holding a medicine ball, doing a full squat, and then exploding up to throw it at a target on the wall.
100 times.
100 reps. Unbroken is the goal, but almost nobody can do that at the end of a race.
Yeah.
Your legs are gone from the lunges, your arms are gone from everything else, and if you miss the target,
don't tell me.
no rep. Doesn't count. Do it again.
That's just, I have no words. It sounds completely punishing. And yet their slogan is a sport for everybody. How do those two things match up?
Well, the accessibility is actually one of their smartest moves. There's no qualifying time to enter a normal race. You just pay your money and you're in.
Yeah.
And they have different divisions.
Right, so you're not competing against the pros.
Exactly. There's men, women, pro divisions. The weights change. The pro men push a heavier sled than the open women, but the race itself, the movements, are identical. So you could have a grandmother and an Olympian doing the same course at the same time.
Doubles and relays are a huge part of that accessibility, I imagine.
Oh, massive. The doubles is brilliant. You and a partner run all 8K together, but you split the work at the stations any way you want.
So one person can do half the burpees.
Yep. Or you alternate reps on the wall balls. It makes it so much less intimidating. It turns it into a team sport. You're suffering, but you're suffering together.
And the relay is even more broken down.
Yeah, that's 4 people. Each person basically does a sprint, 2 1K runs, and 2 workout stations. It's great for gyms or corporate teams. It's a whole different kind of pain, more of a sprint than a slog.
So if I'm listening to this and thinking, okay, maybe how do you even train for this? It's not just running. It's not just lifting.
We have to train hybrid. The sources talk a lot about Hyrox-style workouts. A big concept is the buy-in.
A buy-in? What's that?
It's where you start a workout with a big chunk of cardio to pre-fatigue yourself. So you might do a 1,000-meter row as your buy-in, get your heart rate up, then you go straight into your rounds of kettlebell swings and sled pushes.
So you're training your body to work when it's already tired.
Precisely. You're simulating the back half of the race. You can't just do fresh sets with 3 minutes of rest. You have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Which is why you see all this equipment, the ski ergs, the sleds, popping up in more and more gyms.
Absolutely. Hyrox has basically created the shopping list for the modern functional gym. And that's a huge part of their business model, which is another story entirely.
Okay, let's go there. Let's talk about the other side of this, the elites, the Elite 15. This is where it gets serious.
Yeah, this is where it's a professional sport. To get to the World Championships as an elite, you have to qualify. You either place top 3 at a major championship like the North American champs, or you post one of the fastest times in the world that season.
And there are some big names. On the men's side, you can't talk about Hyrox without talking about Hunter McIntyre.
He is the definition of hybrid rock
Right.
star.
Yeah.
He's a 3-time world champion. Held the world record for, 666 days?
He's character, isn't he?
Oh, absolutely. He's loud, he's brash, he's incredibly dominant. He really was the face of the sport during its massive growth spurt. He was the perfect athlete for them to build the brand around.
But the sport's evolving. He's not the only name now. The sources mention Alexander Ronchevich, who holds the current world record at 53 minutes and 15 seconds.
And we have to stop and appreciate how insane that time is. 53 minutes. The sources say the average pro men's finish time is about 1 hour and 22 minutes.
Wait a minute. He's finishing almost half an hour faster than an average pro?
Yes, that's the gap. It's monumental. It's not like a marathon where the best in the world is maybe 10% faster than a really good club runner. This is a different stratosphere. It shows you how specialized this sport is becoming at the top end.
And what about on the women's side?
Lauren Weeks has been the dominant force, a 3-time champion, just like Hunter. Her world record is around 56 minutes, which is it's breathtakingly fast. She's not far off the top men at all.
And it's getting competitive there too, right?
Incredibly. You have athletes like Megan Jacoby and Linda Meyer just trading records back and forth. The depth in the women's field is growing so fast as more athletes from running and CrossFit backgrounds are crossing over.
Now, speaking of records, there was this weird period in the 2022-23 season where apparently a ton of records were broken because they changed something with the sleds. What was that all about?
Yeah, that's a classic growing pains of a new sports story.
Yeah.
It comes back to that idea of standardization.
Okay.
Before that season, the rule was put X amount of weight on the sled. But the sled itself has weight, and different sleds from different brands weigh different amounts. And the carpet they slide on has different levels of friction.
So a race in London might have been slightly harder than one in Miami.
Potentially, yeah. So to make it truly standard, they changed the rule. The new rule was about the total weight, the sled, plus the plates.
So they effectively reduced the amount of weight people were adding to the sled?
By about 10 or 15 kilos, yeah. It meant the total weight being pushed was a little bit lighter than in previous seasons.
And suddenly, boom, everyone's a record breaker.
Exactly. You have to kind of put an asterisk next to times before that season. But it was a necessary step to make the global leaderboard truly legitimate.
Which brings us neatly to the business of it all. This isn't just a race, it's an entire ecosystem, isn't it?
It's incredibly smart. They saw the CrossFit affiliate model and ran with it. They have something like 5,000 gyms around the world paying fees to be official Hyrox performance centers.
So they're not just selling tickets to the race, they're monetizing the training for the race.
It's a perfect feedback loop. The gym gets a program that keeps its members engaged and paying fees. Hyrox gets a global network of recruiters. It's brilliant.
And then you have the big name sponsors, Red Bull, Puma, Center, which is Chris Hemsworth's fitness company.
Yes, Center's the official equipment partner, so all the gear looks sleek and uniform. It's not just random stuff from a warehouse. It looks good on the broadcast, which attracts more sponsors.
What about the athletes, though? Can you make a living doing this?
We're getting there. The prize purse for the World Championships was about $150,000 recently. The winner took home $25,000.
Which is not bad, but not life-changing money.
Not yet. It's not tennis or golf money. You can't retire on one win. But for these athletes, the real value is in the exposure. They can build their own brands, coaching, social media, sponsorships on the back of the Rockstar platform that Hyrox gives them.
Okay, so let's tie this all together. We've got this accessible but brutal race. It's standardized. It's growing like a weed. What does it all mean? Is this replacing the marathon? Is it replacing CrossFit?
I think it's trying to become the new benchmark. For decades, running a marathon was the ultimate badge of fitness honor for an everyday person.
But it only tests one thing, really. Can you jog for a very long time?
Right. Then CrossFit came and said fitness is about being good at everything, but the skills are so high, you need to be a part-time gymnast and a part-time Olympic lifter.
I can't just go do a muscle-up tomorrow.
Exactly. Hyrox found the sweet spot. The movements are simple. Pushing, pulling, lunging, running. Anyone can do them. But doing them fast, all together, is what separates people. It's a test of pure work capacity. It rewards grunt work over complex skill.
It's democratizing that I'm an athlete feeling.
That's a great way to put it. It feels primal. It feels like real hard work.
I have to wonder, though, with the DJs, the lights, the Red Bull cans everywhere, does the Rockstar eventually eat the hybrid? Does the show become more important than the sport?
That's the tightrope they have to walk. They got the €2 million look they wanted. Now they have to maintain the integrity of the competition. The judging has to be strict. The standards have to be high. If it just becomes a big party where the rules are loose, the hardcore athletes will lose interest.
A delicate balance.
It is. But so far, they've nailed it. They've tapped into this desire people have to push their limits, but also to be part of a community, part of an event. They want the pain and they want the party.
It really does feel like we're watching a major new sport find its footing in real time, which is pretty rare.
I agree. And for anyone listening who's maybe a bit bored of their routine, this is, well, it's definitely an option.
Just maybe practice a few burpee broad jumps in your living room first. Don't go in cold on those.
Oh, definitely practice the burpees. Your body will thank you for it later. Or, well, it will hate you slightly less.
That's all for this deep dive into the world of Hyrox. Whether you're a hybrid rock star in the making or just trying to understand your friend's new obsession with sleds, we hope this cleared things up a bit. We'll catch you on the next one. Stay curious and maybe stay hybrid.